Hi, this is Kendra. I want to walk you through the steps of how to create a manual course or a course that isn't created by PowerSchool or your student information system, how to get students into that course, and how you might present some initial information so that your students have a sense of what you're doing. Let's get started. You can see that I'm in my course dashboard. You can see the dashboard is the speedometer icon in your global navigation bar. Once I'm in my dashboard, I'm going to come over to the right, and you'll notice that you have a button called Start a New Course. If you don't have the button called Start a New Course, there's an easy fix. You can ask a colleague or ask your support team to create you a sandbox and add you as a teacher. Once you're added in as a teacher, that will automatically trigger Canvas to see you as a teacher. Just make sure you check with your PowerSchool administrator for your school and ensure that you're listed as a teacher. So I'm going to click Start a New Course. It's going to ask me to name the course. So I'm going to give this a name. And I could call this Sandbox. I could call this Small Group for Speech. I could call this whatever I wanted to, because this is a manual course. Once I have it set up the way that I want to, I'm going to click Create Course. And Canvas will create the course shell, so there's nothing in it right now, it's a course shell, and put me right into it. There are a couple of ways to get content in here. You'll notice that it's empty for now. I normally build all of my stuff in modules, and there's a bunch of videos on modules and what you can put into them. So I'm not going to get into that exactly right now. Another thing you can think about is importing from Commons. So there are a lot of really great templates. You might create a page that offers students some information about you as a teacher, where they might be able to get to your video calls, and where they might be able to find resources that you'll be using in the course if you won't be putting those in Canvas. If you wanted to create a page that was something that you were creating yourself rather than importing it from the Canvas Commons, you would come up here to Module. I'm going to call this one Introduction, and I'll click Add Module. You'll notice that this will create a module. It's kind of like a folder, and then I'm going to come back up here to the plus in the module, and I'm going to click Page. Once I do that, I'll click New Page, and I'm going to call this About This Class. I'll click Add Item. In order to edit this page that I've just created, I'm going to click the name of the page. So I'll click About This Class. And then it'll put me in a preview mode so I can see what it currently looks like. I haven't added anything to it, so it's blank. I'm going to come up here to the Edit button. I'm going to click on that. And then you'll notice that'll give me the rich content editor. So I can add text, I can add images, I can add videos, I can add plugins here, I can do all sorts of stuff. So if I wanted to give my students a sense of who I am, I might say there's a section about the teacher and write a little bit about me. And then if I wanted to add a section that says get into my video room, I might do that too. So I can put these as texts and add some stuff. I could come back up here and use the rich content editor, the record video part, and I can talk to my students and tell them a little bit about me rather than having them read it. That will help them to build a little bit more of a relationship with me. If I wanted to create this as an image button, I would come up here to the image option, click Upload Image, and then click Unsplash. And I love Unsplash. I use it all the time. It's tons of free images. And if I type in video call, maybe I'll choose this image here. I'll click Submit. You'll notice that it'll bring it in real big. I'm going to use this slider on the side and drop this down a whole lot. And then that way I can come here. If I click this, you'll notice that there are those blue handles on the side. If I go to this link and click External Link, this is where I can paste in anything I want. So if I want this to link to my Zoom room or my Google Hangouts room, I could do that right here. So you can see I have lots of options to customize this page. The page option in Canvas functions very similar to like a web page would, but it's within your course. So once I'm finished, I'm going to click Save here, and then I'll be done. So if I come back to my modules once that happens, I want to remember to ensure that my modules are published. And then also, in order to get my kids into the course, I need to make sure that the course is published. So I have to click this button here, make sure that my course is published. And then there's one other thing that I want to do. So I want to make sure that my students are in this course. So since this is a manually created course, something I made, I need to make sure my kids can get into it. So I have two options. I can click here on People in my navigation links. And then I can click plus people here, and I could add my kids in manually. I would use their email addresses, and I can add my students right in. The other option is in the navigation links again. If I come all the way down to the bottom to Settings, once I click on Settings, you'll notice in Course Details. So this is where I'm going to update the course image or the course card so that it looks different. But if I come all the way down to the bottom and click More Options, you'll notice that the first one is Let Students Self-Enroll by sharing with them a secret URL. So if I click this allows me to share a web address to my students, and they can click it and just enroll in my course rather than me having to do it. So this could work if this is something that your students are able to do, or if you work with older learners, this might be a great option. So you'll notice if I come back down here, here's that website. So I can share this with somebody. You'll notice if I copy it, I'll paste it in my Omnibar, and this is what they'll see. So they come right to this course and they can click enroll in the course. I hope this gives you an overview about how to quickly create a manual course, add a page to it, and get your students enrolled in it.